Hi everyone, Trevor Cutmore. Really hope you enjoy my videos. Please subscribe, comment and share this video to help other people. So coming on from the last video, I'm going to discuss a few things. All right, one, we're going to look at stamp duty, what's going to happen, and secondly we're going to talk a little bit about some buy refurbish finance. Okay, the stories around that to give you a little bit of heads up on some of the dangers, if you like. So first of all, stamp duty, SDLT, stamp duty land tax. All right, so when you buy a property, you will pay an extra tax to the government. If you're buying a residential property, you'll pay a standard rate. If you already own one property and you're buying a second property or more, you will pay an extra 3% surcharge. Okay, so there is this holiday right now up until 31st of March that benefits either a buyer for just they've got one property when they move, up to a maximum of £15,000 if they buy a property up to 500,000. And for an investor like me, if we buy a property by the 31st of March, my maximum benefit is up to £15,000. So to give you the idea is that as an investor, if I buy a property at £500,000, I will pay 15%, which is a standard stamp duty, plus 3% or 500,000 is another 15,000. So I would normally be paying £30,000, and yet if I can complete before the 31st of March, I will pay 15,000. So the question is this going to be extended? And that's a great question. So a lot of people are talking about this, and a lot of people are saying, will it be, won't it be? Let's just look at things at the minute. So my friend Martin Smedley, who's a mortgage broker, he says to me, look Trevor, I'm so fed up with people coming to me and saying, I want to get this through by stamp duty, got to get it through. The reality is, in the latter part of February, you got no chance if you're only just starting to buy a property to get it completed by the 31st of March. So it's pointless asking your broker to try to get it through. It's not in their hands, it's very much in the lender and the lender's solicitors, and they're all working from home. So it's a slow process, sometimes 3 or 4 months at least to get your lending through. So there's not much hope. But will it be extended? Well, the interesting thing is there has been over 142 as of last week signatures on a petition to the government to discuss it, or to extend, or at least to discuss it. Well, statutory rules mean that if you have a petition of over 100,000 signatures, it has to come up for discussion in the Commons. But why haven't they done it already? Well, the reason is that the government need money in. So to have a run on the bank, if you like, with the money coming in, not going out, that everyone is trying to push to get properties over the line by the 31st of March, all this extra money is being pushed back into the government for stamp duty. It's a lot of money, all right, that people are paying, and that's a good thing, okay, because money's going back. So if they were to say now, look, we're going to extend it another 6 months, everyone's going to relax and they're not going to get as much in. So I don't expect them to make any announcement until probably mid or late March that they're going to extend it, because they just want people to push and get it over the line, and that's it. My head says I think they may well extend another 6 months. I'd like them to, because we would save a lot more money as well. We'll have to wait and see. If we can, that'd be a really, really good thing that we can do. And I think it'd be for all of us that if it extends by 6 more months and goes right up to whatever it is, September, we wait and see. But just understand the reason why they haven't already is because the government's pulling in funds because they've spent so much out. They really have. Now, I've got 1 or 2 stories on buy refurbish finance which I wanted to share with you, just to let you know. So a lot of people want to come into the buy refurbish finance, and I do a course, which online course, if you're interested, here it is. Drop us an email and we can send you details. You can buy that online, and it's a home study course, 12 videos and a book to go with it, and that should really help you. Now the thing is when you go into a property to buy and you think, yes, I'll do a refurb and then I'm going to refinance out. A lot of people expect too much. A lot of people think, well, I'm only going to do it if I can get 100% of my money back out. And if you can, that's absolutely brilliant. But when you start, you're going to do maybe 1 or 2 like that in 10. All right, purely because new people coming into this, you miss unseen things, you really do. And look, I can tell you some of the mistakes that I've done. I can tell you some of the the hard learning that I've done, especially with builders. So just a couple of stories. I can go on and on. If you like these stories and you want more, please comment, tell me, Trevor, I like these, can you give us some more? And I will do. But let's just talk, first of all, dealing with an electrician. Okay, so right back in one of my first ones, I was converting, when I first started conversions, I was converting a building into apartments, and I was doing all of the management. So if you like, although it was my place, I was the project manager as well. So I had in the electrician, the plumber, I hired everyone individually. I didn't get a company in. So I was doing this. The electrician, he would come, and remember, now we've got walls going up, and in the walls you need to have what's called the first fix, or the wires put round. And what was happening is he would come, I'd book him to come, so he knew when he was going to be there. I'm much better, I've learnt so much from what happened, so the way things have happened to where I am now. So this would never happen now. But, he was booked to come. He used to turn up, come in, do an hour or 2, and then he'd disappear from site. So remember, I was working full time. So I wasn't there, but I expected when I asked people to do things, when I organised it, it was done. But because there was no one on site to manage, very much he was running off to his own clients. So he would get a phone call of someone said, look, my dishwasher's not working. He'd run over there, change a fuse and charge them £100, and that was it, because it was in his area. So with that, what happened then is that the other guys, the guys who were building the walls up and stuff, they needed to do certain things, and the first fixing wasn't getting done, so the guy wasn't putting enough wires through. So that started to kick back, and it started to delay my project, because the guy said, well, we can't do anything today because your electrician's not here. And every time he would come, he would always run off. So it went on for about, 4, 5, 6 days, something like this. So I said to the guy who was who was in there most of the time, I said, look, when he comes in, and the electrician would put his toolbox down somewhere and go off into the building working, I said, when you can, drill in 24 screws into the bottom of his toolbox and take his screwdriver, whatever, away, drill away, whatever. And so when he then says, I'm going to go, I've got to run off, or he's about to leave, and he can't do it, he can't lift it up, you just call me straight away. So sure enough, next day he comes in, he's there for about an hour, they do this thing to his toolbox, didn't quite get 24 in, but it got quite a few in, and they call me and say, look, he's off. And he starts getting upset. Of course, he's getting upset with everyone. And but I get there, because I wasn't far away, but I get there and he's still there. So I said, what's going on? He said, well, I've got another job. I said, no, you've got me behind now. I was 3 days behind because you can't do this job. I've got other stuff to do. I said, I'll tell you what, take your box and get out, and you're finished. Yeah, I'll bill you. I said, I'm not interested in your bill, mate. I said, I've got to get another electrician. I'm behind. You cost me money. No, I'll bill you. So the next week, I got a money claim online thing for £2,200. He sent me an invoice, and I said, no, I'm not paying it. And eventually, he tried to get me to court to do it. So immediately, so when you get this thing, a court action to do £2,200 bill, I immediately went back and did a counterclaim for over £5,000, well, nearly £5,000. I think it's 4,900 and something, for work lost for bringing in another electrician. I had all my stuff there, and he got that within a few days. And when he got that, he was shocked, and he phoned me up and he said, hey, what's going on? I said, I told you it cost me money. I said, I don't mind. I said, I'll tell you what, I might even pay yours now because I want my £5 grand. He said, well, look, if I pull mine, will you pull yours? I said, yeah. And that's exactly what happened. So he pulled his, I pulled mine, and I had another electrician. I got on and got the job finished. But what is the learning in there? The learning is man management. It is planning. It's about communication. Some of the things that we're doing now, we've been talking to some of the workers around where I live and taking them to a different area to work in Cambridge. Why? Because they won't have the distractions about running off to little jobs that they've got for other people, you know, to make a little bit extra money. You need people on site to do it. You need to log it. You need to be all over it, and to get that right. Guys, look, short and sweet this one. There are lots more stories that I've got like that. If you like these stories, drop me a comment and I will perhaps do a story on Fridays or something like that to help you. Guys, again, please share this, comment and subscribe, and have a wonderful week, and God bless you. Bye bye.